Alright, hello. I think this is gonna be my. It's funny, but I think this is gonna be my first video on the channel that's actually talking about something. So, finally, I can get to talk about. Well, I can like start making actual content based the on the things I'm actually bothered with, and that I end up speaking to myself. Uh, I mean, I usually end up talking to myself about this stuff. But you know what? I might as well make a video, right? So here's a video, a channel that really fucking annoys me, alright? Like, it's a channel that just every time I see it, it just so full of shit every fucking time. Like I remember, I don't remember when I first watched it, but for real, there's there's like there's a weird thing about this channel where basically, okay, so this guy is obviously biased in favor of the Republicans, which is all fine and dandy, but I mean, there was a time where I actually tried to like conversate between the two different positions, like Republicans, Democrats. I mean, I am a leftist, very much a leftist, so definitely not in with either of these two teams, but there is something to be said that the Republicans are, my God, they hooey. The Democrats have their fucking issues, but Republicans, my God, they have some problems, man. In any case, so anyway, so this guy makes videos about the Republicans. He's obviously a Republican or at least a Trump supporter. Um, I don't know at what point I started watching him, and maybe at that point I thought that he was a little bit more balanced between both sides. Like he was Republican, but he didn't speak too badly of Democrats. But holy shit, has this channel, if it wasn't before, it became a den of just these ridiculous bullshit politics. Like, for example, people who just come in there to talk about how the Democrats are going to ruin the fucking country when be Republicans themselves, which is just really funny. But I mean, they speak like they start going on about, oh hey, uh, there was a video where he spoke about fucking immigration, and you know what? That was one of the impetus, one of the things that led me to create my fucking channel was getting into a fight in the comments with some person in the comments because they went on and on about how the Democrats were the party of the KKK, which is like, bruh, like the whole idea, like the Springer U idea of, oh, the Democrats are the racists, even though Charlottesville was full of Trump supporters. In any case, so here we go. Here's the new video he put out 3 hours ago. Okay, he's always making some retarded videos. There was a video he made ah, it was a video predicting the election with some kind of why Trump wins big. Over 400 electoral votes. Now, of course, he's always baiting with the thumbnails. This is not how the electoral college map actually looks after the election. Like, there's a few other states that end up voting Democrat, but Trump ends up with like 405 electoral votes or something in this case here. This is nuts. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, there basically every fucking state was flipping red, like for no reason whatsoever. Just, I don't know, I think Trump is God, that he can just switch people's minds off immediately. Just some insanity. Like, there's people who will not vote Republican even if you put a gun to their heads, but somehow he had states like fucking Like Washington voting red. Like, I mean, holy fuck. Let's take a look at the margins in 2016, right? Like, he had states like fucking Vermont voting red. Just, I think he had New York switching red as well. Like, essentially, only like California and a few others didn't switch. I think he even gave Maine at large to Trump. Now, I'm not an American. I'm not a person who's in on exactly what's going on in the United States, but motherfucker, I know at the very least that there are certain things which are just absolutely ridiculous to happen. Okay, like, for example, I'm not gonna say fucking Wyoming will ever vote blue, at least not as things stand right now. Like, not unless, I don't know, fucking 150,000 Democrats just move into the state and end up voting blue. Like, the state is just a rural wasteland. There's nothing there. Of course, it's going to be full of Republicans. Like, Republicans outvote the Democrats in basically every place where there's like more wildlife than people. In any case, so here we go. Like, Rhode Island and Delaware. You know what? I haven't seen this video. Let's see what he says.
Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are hit 25,500 subscribers. Can we get to 26 2020 election that zero people are talking about? Zero people. You look at the 2016 map, these states were considered safe blue back then and probably will be considered safe blue leading up to the election. But honestly, I'm looking at Trump's New Jersey rally and what do I see here? Long lines, sold out hotels. This is just, I guess you would say, a day beforehand. You already had 1,000 people in line in the cold already.
So Trump makes a rally in Rhode Island, and he thinks Rhode Island might just switch. 1,000 people. I mean, Jill Stein got 6,000 votes, so
in line in the cold over a day before the doors even open. And this is in New Jersey. Yes, a lot of these people are from the neighboring state of Delaware, actually, and the Philadelphia suburbs. But the rally's held in the middle of nowhere in New Jersey. Trump got 120,000 people sign up. 120,000 people signed up for the rally just to get tickets to possibly get inside. The arena can only fit, I believe, 7,000 people can fit inside. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to go there knowing they're not going to get in just to stand outside, support the president. Now, what does this mean? A lot of people are saying, well, it means nothing. It's a big population center. It's Philadelphia. Well, either way, crowd sizes do matter to a degree because you definitely have a very big support base for Donald Trump in the Philadelphia suburbs. And if they come out to vote again or he improves there, that's very, very good news. It also means Jeff Van Drew probably is going to be nominated for the Republican ticket. That's going to be good news because he'll probably be able to win amidst the impeachment. It is a Trump district. He'll get some crossover votes as well when it's all said and done. So it does seem like that's a good thing on that front. So again, we see a very good thing here. I do not think that this is going to help Donald Trump win the state of New Jersey, however. I do believe it could help him win the state of Delaware. Now, why is this? We have one poll out of Delaware, big sample size for a small state, showing that Donald Trump is within the margin of error in the state of Delaware when it comes to Bloomberg, Buttigieg, and Sanders and Warren. Yes, Biden fares well against Donald Trump. However, Biden's not under constant attack by the media market. He's had a long history there. I still think that Donald Trump can win Delaware against Rhode Island. Obviously, Bernie Sanders, I think Delaware and maybe even New Jersey could be competitive. But against Joe Biden, I think Trump can compete, and he's going to make his case tonight. He's going to make his case why Biden was bad, why Biden failed Delaware, why he did nothing but rename a few post offices after himself and sign a crime bill that put a bunch of black people in jail for the rest of their lives unfairly. So when you look at the state of Delaware, it definitely seems like it's a very good thing that Donald Trump is going here. He's holding a rally. It's a backhanded gesture. I said I forgot about Van Drew when I noticed that the rally was going to happen. I said, is he trying to spite Biden? Is he trying to go to Delaware? It's possible. Look at the trends. Barack Obama beat John McCain there by 25 points or more in 2008. Then Trump loses to Hillary by just 12. That's a 16-point trend in 8 years. Nobody thought Trump would contest Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. He won 3 out of 4, and he would have won Minnesota if it wasn't for Evan McMullin. So besides the point, it's looking like Donald Trump has a real clear shot to take down Biden. All he has to do is say, yeah, look here, Biden failed your...
In any case, so I mean that's some wishful thinking that is beyond anything imaginable. It's like, oh hey, here's Trump. Like he got literally 2% more vote, not even like less than 2% more votes than Mitt Romney, and he didn't even outperform George W. fucking Bush. Okay, like I mean he didn't even outperform George W. Bush in 2000. And here's this motherfucker coming in saying, "Oh hey, I think Trump can just literally shit out like can just shit out like another what fucking 20% votes or like 10% votes in fucking Delaware because whatever, it's Trump." Delaware, as I show already, like minus 15%, no, like minus 15 net approval. Like his approval rates in fucking Delaware, let's see, decreased by 23% ever since he took office. Like fucking the approval, like for a brief moment of time was above 50%. Literally on the rest of the time it was roughly around 40%. And here comes this dude just pretending somehow that the motherfucker can just go ahead and snatch this fucking uh like this state from whoever runs. Like okay, sure, I'm gonna be honest here. There is something to be said about the opponent that Trump's gonna have, and I mean, I am very concerned about the possibility of there being some kind of bullshit with the Democratic National Convention. If the Democratic National Convention pulls in a repeat of 2016 and they do not run Bernie Sanders, it's over. The Republicans are going to win, easy peasy. Donald Trump's going to be reelected, no problem. He's going to wipe the floor with literally anyone that runs whatsoever. I mean, shit. Think about it. Elizabeth Warren, what the fuck is she even gonna say to Trump? She's gonna go up in there, she's gonna start talking, and then Trump is just gonna call her Pocahontas, and then she's gonna cry and probably like curl up in a fetal position and just roll out of there. Boom, debate over. Trump just gets to speak for 2 hours openly on TV. Um, then we have what else? We have Buttigieg. I mean, no fucking chance he gets the nomination. I mean, Warren already doesn't really have a chance, but let's say Buttigieg. What the fuck is Buttigieg even gonna say? Like he's gonna come in there, start saying some kind of smart, snarky stuff, but it's like Trump is just gonna call him names and fling shit at him. It's all over. It's dead. No discussion there. What else? We have good old fucking Joe Biden. Joe fucking Biden, dude. My god. I think that's a guy we can just forget about, like that's a guy we can just pretend doesn't exist because I don't even know why anybody's voting for him. Like I don't know how the fuck he's on top in the polls. Like what the hell has he ever done? In fact, what little he has done, if you actually sit down for 5 minutes and search up what Joe Biden has actually done, you will find so much bad shit. Like, oh, standing in favor of cutting social spending, standing in favor of going all in with wars and shit. Like all the time, Biden is just fucking around. He's basically a Republican. In fact, he he literally said he would have a Republican as his running mate. And I think there was another thing what he said, like he would resign like the day after winning, so that presumably a Republican as vice president would then take the country. What in the fuck? What kind of fucking candidate says that shit and gets away with it? Like he should be a fringe candidate. Like, he should be like polling maybe 1% in some backwater rural piece of shit place where he knows everyone. Like he should. Fuck. Andrew Yang wipes the floor with Biden. Like Biden is incoherent anyway. Like he starts talking in front of people and then he starts fucking babbling like a buffoon, and Trump is just gonna have a field day with him. Like it's like fuck. Trump, like for real. Trump wants a Biden nomination. He definitely wants that because then he can be sure he will win. Biden is an even weaker candidate than Hillary because at least Hillary could stand in a fucking forum or debate and not just get demolished instantaneously. Like, at least she's coherent when she speaks. God damn. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the people who vote for Biden, man? In any case, yeah.
Your state. I mean, Trump has this power to just destroy his opponents. Trump can go up against Biden and just say things about Biden that are true and accurate, and it's
Exactly.
going to cause voters to defect from Biden, and it's going to cause him to increase his voter support base and his voter share. And how the electoral map would look if you added New Jersey, if you added Delaware, not a whole lot. It would get him to 309, if anything. It's not going to be a key state because if you take a look at the 260 firewall, and you look at it, it's not nearly going to be enough to put him over the top when it's all said and done. Obviously, if he loses the Rust Belt but gets Delaware, it's not going to do him any favors. However, if he does contest the state of New Hampshire, which is a very possible state to contest by...
Uh-huh. New Hampshire. Sure. That indeed is very contestable.
the way. Oh, not Vermont. That's not going to happen. Sorry, folks. But if he
Well, at
contests
least
New
he
Hampshire
acknowledges
and
it.
wins New Hampshire instead of focusing as much energy on, I don't
By
know.
the way, he acknowledges it here, but I'm pretty sure he has Vermont flipped in the 400 electoral votes video. I might be wrong though. Actually, I think like Vermont is like one of the very few that doesn't flip.
Minnesota and he accidentally loses the Rust Belt, he might have a decent insurance policy behind him. Again, Delaware is a state that should benefit him. Delaware is a state.
Yeah, but holy fuck! Has a Republican ever actually gotten better than Gerald Ford was a Democrat, right? Like, has there ever been a Republican that actually pulled fucking more than 40% of the vote there, roughly? W. Bush got it, 45, and even then, George W. Bush had the benefit of going in as an incumbent and not having been as shit as Trump. Like his approval rates are actually better than Trump's, and he got 55.75%. He couldn't even crack that much and actually win the state. John Kerry still won that.
That is over 65% non-Hispanic white. A lot of it is working class. A lot of it is exurban, and you have a big rural population in southern Delaware that a lot of people are forgetting about. And yes, you have an urban center up in Philadelphia, but if he makes his case there and he makes his case tonight and leading up to the election, he very well could do well there, and he very well could compete and maybe even pull off an upset victory in the great state of Delaware. But what about other states? Because we look at Delaware, we look at New Jersey. I've talked about New Jersey. It could, probably not going to happen. Maybe with Bernie it could get closer. Maybe with Bernie it could get to toss-up level if the economy's doing well. Yeah, the Dow's in a rut because of the coronavirus, and you could argue Trump hasn't put a travel ban on China yet. I think that there probably should be a travel ban on China, but that's beside the point. So if you look at this and you look behind the crowd sizes in New Jersey tonight for Delaware, you look behind that, what other states could flip? Do not discount the power of Rhode Island. Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. At least that's a little bit cool. Nope. Maybe 15%.
It's a very small state, but at the same time, it's a very large state for the election that nobody's talking about because of the constant trends. Remember, Trump did better there in 2016 than Bush did in 04, which Bush, I mean, every state was close in 04.
He did better than Bush by 0.2% of the vote.
Was actually a very not so polarizing election, even in the deep blue states. Like California only went to Kerry by a likely margin. Maryland went to Kerry, I think, by a likely margin. But the state of Rhode Island actually was one of Kerry's strongest states. It was one of Obama's strongest states. Obama won the state by almost 30 points. Then Trump cuts that to 15. If you carry the trend over and he makes a play for it, it's a very small state. You hold one rally there, you get all your supporters. They tell their friends, it's going to help. You very well could go after Rhode Island. You could go after Rhode Island. You could actually win the state of Rhode Island. It's hilarious. So there you go.
As if it's that easy, right? Like, oh yeah, just hold a rally there and boom, you fucking win. I mean, shit, man. Like, look at that. Look at having Ohio stay with Trump, even though, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest here. If they run Bernie Sanders, Ohio's not even gonna be funny. Like, it's gonna go fucking blue, no problem.
Oh, Donald Trump can win Delaware. Donald Trump can win Rhode Island. Donald Trump can win New Hampshire, and if he wins those three states, it's over because Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin probably going to go to him anyways. If he's doing well enough in those states, he can add Maine.
If he's doing well enough in them, yeah, sure. Yeah, Michigan, no problem, man. No, 10,000 votes because fucking Hillary was running. Yeah, no. What? How have his approval rates been in fucking Michigan? Let's see. Oh, started 7 at approval, huh? Oh wait, it's now minus 15. Wow.
Large, you get him add Minnesota.
22 fucking points worse in Michigan. How the fuck you think he's gonna keep that, man?
Add Nevada. He can add New Mexico. You might see him add Virginia if it's against Bernie Sanders. You could see him add New Jersey and Connecticut.
Why the fuck would New Jersey and Connecticut vote against Bernie Sanders? How is it standing right now? Why the fuck would that happen? Look at that. What the fuck? Like, Sanders is winning there. Even in the polls right now. Like, this is obviously gonna get way fucking better when Sanders actually wins the nomination, by the way. But even now, Sanders wins. And you motherfucker are gonna come over here and say, oh, Bernie Sanders just loses New Jersey based on nothing.
Connecticut, it's like the Bernie supporters are so delusional. You look at his recent approval poll out of Economist, the most accurate pollster on aggregate so far. What does that have Bernie Sanders at? That has Bernie Sanders at minus 15. It has Donald Trump at minus 4. Donald Trump can wallop Bernie Sanders. I
don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man.
Sick and tired of all the pundits that are saying, oh, Bernie's going to do better. No, every candidate Bernie backed in a suburban district in 2018 lost. All of the corporate moderate Democrats, like them or not, were actually somewhat electable. But Biden has a lot of falters of his own, a lot of corruption. He's not going to be electable against Donald Trump no matter what. But if you look at this map, you could say he could have Maine's 1st district. He could add Oregon. He could add...
He could add Oregon. Yeah, sure, man. He could add Oregon. You know, no fucking problem, man. He can just, switch 11% of the fucking
Connecticut, Colorado. By the way, he's not going to do all this against Bernie, but it's just thinking about how Republican landslides could look. He could have Washington State.
I mean, bruh, what the fuck, man? Right, like, dude, shit, man, like, I mean, you're pretending to be voting, like, you're pretending to be like, god damn, man. There you go. Ah, fuck, really? Got, you just got all fucked up. Whatever, then. Let me see if I can make a proper thing here, right? Like, for fuck's sake here, right? Like, for fucking real here, man. Like, shit. Really? Really? Fucking 15%, man. And, I mean, it was fucking Hillary anyway who actually ran against Trump. Like, it was fucking Hillary. Alright? And you really think that somehow Trump can just win there for no reason? You know, that's the shit that I don't understand. Like, why is he such a fucking drugged up motherfucker?
403. I did that one video. People were like, "You're over the top. It's going to be a joke." And whether Trump wins or loses, people are going to go back to that video on election day and laugh at it because it wasn't that serious. I don't think Trump's going to win 403 electoral votes. I think he could get over 350. I think Trump.
That's so much more reasonable. 350, you know? Ah, he's not gonna win Washington, but he's still gonna win like the entire Rust Belt and just all of these ridiculous fucking states all over the place.
Could do
like
very
fucking
well.
New Jersey.
The map we have here on the 2020 contestants, I believe that Politico was the only map to have Delaware and Rhode Island as likely. So it seems like people are not really talking about this. I think people need to focus on this. Obviously, Rhode Island, you got a lot of jokes coming out of the U.S. Elections Atlas crowd, but ever since they decided to ban people that they disagree with, I'm not going to give them any time. I'm not using that website anymore. It's useless if you use it. I encourage you to...
Here it comes with some strange little conversations. Oh, they started banning people they disagree with. How much you wanna fucking bet that they banned some fucking dude talking about Afro-nationalist or kicking every brown person out of America or some shit like that? Like, something really fucking atrocious. And they banned that dude from speaking, and now he's like licking his wounds, being like, you can't ban that person because, you know, that person votes for Trump. No, Trump's not the racist. That's the fucking Democrats because they elected a black president. No, wait a fucking second. No, wait, what? Oh no, oh shit. But the KKK in fucking 60s. Oh wait, oh my god, Barry Goldwater. Oh shit, oh fuck. What's the Southern strategy, huh? I don't know history. You know,
stop using it because they're useless, but that's beside...
fucking shit, man. That is exactly how they are. How they are, you know.
The point. Rhode Island and Delaware very well are in the likely column because there's a thing called trends. Trends exist. It's why Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania flipped in the Republican column. It's also why the state of Rhode Island could flip. It's also why the state of Delaware could flip. It's also why the state of Minnesota could flip. It's also why Virginia...
I love that he says that as well. Like, oh, these states could flip. Yeah, sure, because they're weaker. But I mean, aren't you seeing like a bunch of fucking states right there that are looking pretty fucking weak for the Republicans too? I mean, shit. Democrats have 169 votes that are straight up safe. The Republicans only have 119. Fucking Texas is no longer a safe state for the Republicans. Like, every election it's getting more competitive. Fucking Hillary got 43% of the vote in Texas. Fucking Texas. Now imagine a person that polls even better with like Hispanics. Like, shit, you could totally see Texas become like a fucking toss-up state very soon. You know, like shit. Let's actually take a look, right? Uh, I wonder if there's this is gonna have like the results in Texas at elections. I mean, fuck, look at this. El Paso just voted solidly Democrat. Um, um, where's the I mean, Trump didn't even win the fucking primary in Texas, you know? Okay, perfect, perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. So, here we have the Democrats, okay? Now, I don't know when was the last time a Democrat won there. Probably a long fucking time ago. Probably, yeah, Roosevelt, probably, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think it was Roosevelt in '44, but still, Truman actually, but still. So let's take a look. All right. Oh, okay, Lyndon B. Johnson because of fucking Barack Obama. Fine, fine, very fair. Anyway, so here we go. So ever since, let's say 2000, how have the Democrats been doing? Oh, look at that. Bill Clinton got 37%. Then, as an incumbent, he got a little bit more. Makes sense. Um, Michael Dukakis got 43. Here we have Al Gore 37, John Kerry 38, Barack Obama 43, Barack Obama 41, and here we have Hillary fucking Clinton 43.12. It's a very clear trend that it's going up. Like, sure, with each president you can see that depending goes up a little bit more, a little bit less, but in general it's been going up. Like, I mean, fucking hell. Look at this, like, look at this difference here, you know? Like you can see that there was a noticeable jump in the percentages that Democrats get out of there, and it's very clear that there's going to be in the next 10 years or so there's going like Texas is going to become less and less and less safe for the Republicans because it's just moving demographically in a certain way. It's also I mean, fuck. I think the country in general is going to start becoming less Republican, except for the fucking rural wastelands of the Midwest. Um, like these fucking areas. I mean, you're just a fucking. I'm gonna be honest here. Like, this is me looking at it as a Brazilian. Okay, these areas look like they're fucking. It would be like if in Brazil we just vote and whoever wins the popular vote we have it. There we go. These areas would be like having states like fucking Acre, which is a state with 400,000 people, actually having weight on the election. Not just by having voters in them, but by actually having a specific number of votes that get counted on the national level that every state has to compete with, no matter how many people there are in them. Like this would be basically Brazil, like Brazil's industrialized, developed regions, which actually have people in them, shackling themselves to some fucking wastelands in the middle of a jungle, and these people vote however they fucking want. Like people who, I mean, shit. There's shit going on in those areas, like fucking people marrying their 13-year-old daughters in these arranged marriages and shit happening in there. And I know there's crap like that happening in the fucking Republican Midwest. And you have these areas having about as much say when grouped up together as say like São Paulo, or in this case, group them up together and you have like what, um, all these fucking wastelands here in the middle. These completely useless fucking states. How many fucking people we have in them? Look at that, okay? So, ah, fuck it. I thought it would open up the whole map. So we have like here we have 12, 17, 23, fucking 29, 33, just 40 fucking votes. All right, just straight up 40 votes, electoral votes, which is as much as practically any other fucking state. Like it's more in Texas, which is the second most. Only California can stand up to that. To just these guys grouping up together, all these Republican pieces of shit here, just going like these fucking cousin fucking motherfuckers here, just coming over and being like, oh, my cornfield, fuck the socialists, own the libs by poisoning the environment, own the libs by like literally fucking electing Donald fucking Trump as president. Just hey, let's ruin the damned country. Fuck it, whatever. At least it's not a black president or something like that. All this fucking piece of shit here together, they have as much sway on the goddamn election as Texas, even more actually. Like, group up all these fucking states. How many people are in them? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's actually calculate right now. Okay, I'll actually calculate right now. So here we go. Texas. How many voters was in there total? Um, so Texas 9 million. Okay, straight up, real quick. Texas 9 million and got 36 votes. Okay, so let's take a look at all those fucking pieces of shit right here. All this fucking wastelands. Okay, complete garbage that shouldn't have a say beyond the number of people in them. Okay, how many fucking votes we have in here? Where's the total number here? Oh, is it so fucking difficult to have one little table with the presidential candidates? Well, counting by hand here is something like full 500,000. So Montana, 100k. North Dakota, another 300-ish k. Right? South Dakota, another like uh, they have how many votes? 370k, a little bit more. Nebraska, how many votes? Um, 840k. Um, what else? We have Wyoming. Wyoming, how many votes? Wyoming is the biggest fucking wasteland. Wyoming, 260k, just whatever. Idaho, how many votes here? Fucking 700k. Let's round them up. Kansas. Okay, Kansas a little bit more. 1.2 million, right? Oklahoma. Just you can already see how many. 1.4 million. All right. Utah. 1.1 million. You go. Anything else? Nope. Okay, that's it now. So these are the fucking votes, right? So so basically these 6,750,000 6,670,000 voters. I mean 670,000 voters. Okay, these guys outweigh the 9 million. Okay, by 4 votes. How fucking fair is that? How fucking fair is that? You could literally have, like, if these were the only countries, the only states in the fucking country, you could have a situation where these bumfuck nowhere fucking places just decide the election by themselves. Just utterly ridiculous, pathetic, insane that we have something like this happen. Just look at this shit. It's almost 50%. Like, I mean, I know numbers on both sides could be pumped up a little bit more. Maybe it could be 10 million here and 7 million there, because not everybody votes. But still, we're looking at a situation where these motherfuckers have 30% less population, okay, but 11% more votes. Just what in the fuck is this shit? What in the fuck is this crap, right? Well, how can anybody justify this shit to me? Like, the Electoral College is just the most retarded fucking way to have an election happen. And no shit, Trump won the election despite not having the majority of the vote. Of course he fucking didn't. He doesn't need it. I mean, of course he fucking did win the election. He doesn't need the fucking votes. He just needs these bumfuck nowhere places. And then, of course, he switched a few places by like 10,000 votes. I mean, I'm not even gonna get into the point where you can have a situation where you have literally like just, oh hey, here's a state, right? Like let's pick a random state, okay? Let's pick good old Pennsylvania, right? Pennsylvania. How was the vote there? 6 million people voted. All right. Trump won by like 4,000 votes. Just wow. Like literally, the fucking others could help. Could have voted for her, and then she would have won. But in any case, right? So here we go. Basically, out of these people who voted here, out of these people who voted here, 52% wasted their time voting. Right? Like, pretty much everyone else wasted their time coming to vote. Just everybody wasted their fucking time voting, essentially. Just literally, these guys are the only ones who got their votes to count. Everybody else's vote just gets thrown out, becomes a waste. And goes both ways too. Like fucking California. My God, it must suck to be a Republican in California. Holy shit, almost 5 million votes. Oh no, okay, 4 million, 4.5 million votes straight up thrown out. If you count the fucking libertarians, the poor motherfuckers, 5 million votes. 5 million votes just turned completely useless. Here we have a situation where literally 40% of the vote is useless, okay? Completely fucking useless. And that's okay. The United States just accepts this fucking system. Like, man, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, really. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And how can I say this? It's like it's about time that the system changes already. And of course, there's gonna be like these conversations here. Like, there's always gonna be some fucking dumb fuck idiots like him, advocating for some absolutely insane toss-ups. Like, he just goes, "Oh, look at all these states that are weakening for the Democrats," but let's forget all the other ones which are flimsy as fuck for the Republicans too. Like, sure, this entire area of the country is pretty solidly Republican because, it's just, I mean, these parts of the fucking country, they just have so few people in them, and all the people there are like fucking farmers and cousin fuckers and shit. Like, people who just don't really have what it takes to just know the difference between a rock and a fucking in a snake. Like we don't. They, how can you expect these people to vote conscientiously and have as much power as they have? Like just, hey, here go Missouri has 10 fucking electoral votes. You know, get Missouri, fucking Alabama and Louisiana, and you beat fucking New York. It's like, bruh, no, sorry, you're about the same as New York. I mean, get a fucking Arkansas in there, boom, you fucking beat New York. It's like this is not to say that there aren't dumb fuck voters in both sides. I mean, holy shit, there a lot of voters are dumb fucks. But I mean, the problem is that my point here is that nobody's vote should count more than one vote. But it is a reality that people here's votes count way more than people here's. You know, like the people who live in these places get have their count vote for so much less. I mean, California is the worst fucking state of this. And guess what? I heard it's expected that due to the 2020 census, California is gonna lose electoral votes despite having a massive population growth ever since 2010. They're going to lose votes like some other states are going to gain fucking votes. How insane is that? How and this is because of the way the apportionment works. It's so fucking stupid that you can have these like California would need to have something close to like I mean California could have like 200 million people and it wouldn't have 2/3 of the electoral vote. It would have like probably closer to half, you know. And there's no arguments. I've heard arguments about people making the case for the electoral college, but it's always some stupid shit. It's always like, oh, but then the presidents would just rush and only appear in the biggest cities to get the biggest things and get the most votes, and people would just forget about Midwestern states. Motherfucker, name me one time. Name me one time anybody wasted their fucking time with the Midwest in the elections. Name me one time any candidate significantly wasted their fucking time with the Midwest. Meanwhile, I can name you. I mean, it like it's obvious where they spend the most time. They spend the most time in Pennsylvania. They spend the most time in fucking Michigan. They spend the most time in Florida, in California, in Texas, in all the states with a shitload of people, with a shitload of electoral votes, and you know the states that actually matter because it's the ones that are going to flip to either side. That's the states that matter. And you're gonna tell me the Midwest matters? It doesn't fucking matter because it always votes Republican. Trump could literally, like, it could be a situation where we have a fucking Barry Goldwater running again. Just this dude who literally comes up and says, you know what, I just want to kill niggers. Guess what? He fucking gets no shit. Every fucking vote in the Midwest goes for him, maybe except like one district in Nebraska. He gets the entire fucking Deep South. He doesn't even need to worry about anything else. At least that many votes he would get. And you're gonna tell me why the? And you're gonna tell me that oh, without an electoral college, nobody would give a fuck about the Midwest. They don't. They already don't give a fuck about the Midwest. It always votes Republican because guess what? They're fucking idiots. But you always vote Republican. Why make a rally there? What's the point? It's a waste of time. You're gonna fucking turn up to the actual places where there's gonna be a contest, and that's definitely not the Midwest. Anyway, so my God, I gotta stop now. Uh, this is just so upsetting, man. And in any case, like it's just so fucking full of shit. Let me look at these fucking comments, you know. Look at this, like, oh no, these people don't vote my way. Just get rid of Chicago, bruh, bruh. Yeah. Oh, shit. In any case, so that's it, folks. I hope you liked the video. Comment, please. Comment on what I've said. If you think you agree with it, if you think I'm saying shit, go ahead. Turn up. Just go ahead and comment. That's the only thing I would ask. If you have any questions, if you have anything you oh fuck, if you have literally anything you want to say, anything you want to comment on, any suggestions you want to make for more videos, whatever, go ahead and comment. I don't give a fuck about liking and subscribing. You subscribe if you want to. Like or dislike, probably gonna have dislikes because people. I'm being very upfront with my views and probably I'm not with the majority here, but whatever. Go ahead, fucking dislike me if you want, like if you don't, whatever. Um, in any case, that's it. Have a good night. Be well, my boys. See ya.